Imagine being born with a head made of solid bone plates fused together into an armor so thick, so heavy, that your neck can barely support the weight. Your skull isn't a normal skull, it's a fortress. Segments of bone welded together like medieval plate armor, covering your entire head and the front third of your body in thick, unyielding protection. This armor is so massive that it accounts for a significant portion of your total body weight. You're not just wearing armor, you are armor. And every movement of your head requires fighting against the tremendous mass of bone that surrounds your brain, that encases your jaws, that transforms you from a sleek predator into a heavily armored tank struggling to move through Devonian seas. And your jaws, your terrible, powerful jaws, aren't really jaws at all. You have no teeth. Instead, your jawbones themselves have evolved into blade-like edges, sharp bony plates that can shear through flesh and crush bone. But they're not replaceable like teeth. When they dull, when they chip, when they wear down from years of biting through armored prey, they don't regenerate. They just stay damaged, becoming less effective, making hunting harder, condemning you to a slow decline in killing efficiency as you age. Your primary weapons are deteriorating with every meal, and there's nothing you can do about it. Welcome to the life of a Dunkleosteus. You are born 380 million years ago, in the late Devonian period, in seas that are nothing like the oceans of today. This is the age of fishes, when fish dominate the oceans and vertebrate life is still figuring out what it wants to be. There are no dolphins here, no whales, no seals, just fish. Thousands of species of fish, ranging from tiny minnows to massive armored predators like you. And among all these fish, you are one of the apex predators. One of the largest, most powerful, most heavily armored creatures in the ocean. At full size, you reach 30 feet in length and weigh several tons. You are a giant covered in bone, a nightmare wrapped in armor, one of the most formidable predators ever to exist. But being formidable doesn't mean your life is easy. It means your life is different, harder in ways that smaller, faster fish don't experience, burdened by advantages that come with massive disadvantages attached. Swimming is exhausting. Your posterior body, the rear two-thirds behind your armor, is muscular and relatively flexible, but it's pulling the entire weight of your armored front section. It's like trying to swim while wearing a suit of medieval armor. Possible, but enormously energy-intensive and nowhere near as efficient as swimming without it. Other fish glide through the water with minimal effort. You labor through it, your powerful muscles straining, your tail sweeping back and forth with tremendous force just to achieve moderate speeds. You can swim fast when you need to, yes, but it costs you. Every burst of speed, every pursuit of prey, every escape from danger drains your energy reserves dramatically. Your neck is a ball and socket joint connecting your armored head to your armored trunk, one of the first true neck joints to evolve in vertebrates. This should be an advantage, allowing you to move your head independently of your body, and it is, sort of. Except your head is so heavy, so massively armored, that the range of motion is limited. You can look up and down to some degree, can tilt your head slightly, but rapid movements are impossible. The weight and the resistance of water combine to make quick head movements impractical. You're better than fish with no neck joint at all, but you're still operating under severe limitations. Hunting requires getting close to prey because you're not a pursuit predator. You're an ambush predator, relying on surprising victims at close range, using your powerful jaws to deliver devastating bites that kill or cripple instantly. Your bite force is estimated at over 5,000 pounds per square inch, enough to cut a shark in half, enough to crush the armor of other placoderms, enough to shear through bone like it's soft tissue. When you successfully bite something, it dies or wishes it could die. Your jaws are among the most powerful weapons ever evolved, capable of generating force that wouldn't be matched by any fish until the Megalodon millions of years later. But landing that bite is difficult. Your prey isn't cooperative. They're other armored fish, fast-swimming sharks, agile acanthodians, all of them trying desperately not to be eaten by you. And you have to catch them first, have to get close enough to strike, have to position your heavy head correctly and open your jaws and snap them shut on a moving target, all while fighting against the inertia of your own armor. When you miss, and you miss often, you've expended tremendous energy for nothing. The prey escapes, you're exhausted from the pursuit and the strike attempt, and you have to start over, searching for the next meal while your body burns through reserves you can't afford to waste. And when you do catch prey, when you successfully bite through armor or flesh, your blade-like jawbones wear down slightly. Not much, just a little. But over time, over hundreds or thousands of meals, the damage accumulates. Your jaw edges become duller, more rounded, less effective at cutting, and they don't heal, they don't regenerate. You're slowly losing your killing efficiency with every successful hunt, becoming less dangerous as you age, becoming less capable of catching and killing the armored prey you need to sustain your enormous body. The oceans in the Devonian period are crowded and competitive. You're not the only apex predator. Other large placoderms exist, other armored fish with their own terrible jaws and heavy armor. You compete with them for prey, for territory, for resources. You encounter them in the murky water, two armored monsters facing each other, both heavily defended, both capable of delivering crushing bites. Fights are rare because both parties understand the risks. Even winning could mean sustaining injuries that take weeks to heal or that never heal properly. But fights do happen, and when they do, they're brutal exchanges of crushing bites, armor cracking under tremendous pressure, blood clouding the water. And the young Dunkleosteus, the juveniles, faced a treacherous early life. Born without full armor, smaller and more vulnerable than adults, they were prey for countless predators, including adult Dunkleosteus. Cannibalism was likely common. Large adults would eat juveniles without hesitation, and young Dunkleosteus had to hide, had to grow quickly, had to survive long enough to develop their protective armor and reach a size where they were no longer easy prey. Most didn't make it. Most were eaten within their first year, becoming food for the very species they belonged to. And not just individuals, the entire group. Every species of placoderm, every armored fish, every relative you had went extinct by the end of the Devonian period. Total annihilation. An entire class of fish, once dominant in the oceans, completely erased from existence. Your lineage, which had evolved over millions of years and produced some of the most impressive predators ever to swim, was terminated. No descendants, no survivors, no evolutionary legacy except fossils buried in ancient rock. Modern sharks survived. Their ancestors made it through the Devonian extinctions and continued evolving, eventually producing the diverse array of sharks we see today. But you were a dead end. An evolutionary experiment in heavy armor that worked brilliantly for millions of years and then failed catastrophically when conditions changed. Natural selection didn't judge you as superior or inferior. It just judged you as not adaptable enough to survive the specific challenges of the late Devonian. Paleontologists find your fossils and reconstruct your appearance, your size, your bite force. They write papers about your feeding mechanics, your armor structure, your position in Devonian ecosystems. They create museum displays with your massive skull, those blade-like jaws frozen open in a permanent threatening pose, impressive and terrifying even after 380 million years. You've become famous in the paleontology world, a charismatic ancient predator that captures public imagination. But the reality of your existence was constant struggle. The armor that made you formidable also made you slow and energy inefficient. The jaws that gave you crushing bite force wore down irreparably with use. The size that made you an apex predator also made you vulnerable to environmental changes. You were powerful but not invincible, armored but not immortal, successful but ultimately doomed. This is what it meant to be born as a Dunkleosteus, to carry the weight of bone armor everywhere you went, fighting against your own mass with every swimming stroke, to hunt with weapons that slowly degraded with every kill, becoming less effective as you aged, to live in a competitive environment where even other members of your species were threats, to be an apex predator with all the stress and energy demands that entails, with none of the long-term security that the title suggests. You're swimming through Devonian seas right now, 380 million years ago, your armored bulk moving slowly through the water column, your powerful tail propelling your multi-ton body forward. You're hungry. You're always hungry. Your massive body demanding constant fuel. Your jaw edges are getting duller after years of crushing prey, making hunting slightly harder than it used to be. You have scars on your armor from past encounters with rivals, cracks that never fully healed, weaknesses in your defensive shell. You spot movement in the distance, another fish, possibly prey. You begin the laborious process of acceleration, your muscles straining to overcome inertia and drag, your heavy head pointed forward like the ram of a warship. The chase will be exhausting. The strike might miss. Even success will cost you energy and will dull your jaws slightly more. But you have no choice. You must hunt. You must eat. You must sustain this enormous armored body that evolution gave you, with all its advantages and all its crushing disadvantages. And unknown to you, unknowable to you, your entire group, every armored fish, every placoderm, has only a few million years left before the extinctions come, before the ocean changes in ways you cannot survive, before your evolutionary lineage ends completely, leaving only fossils as evidence that you existed at all. You are Dunkleosteus, the armored terror of the Devonian seas, one of the most powerful predators ever to exist. And you are also doomed, not individually, not just you, but your entire group, your whole evolutionary experiment. The armor that protects you cannot protect you from time, from environmental change, from the fundamental vulnerability of being so specialized that when the world shifts, you have nowhere to go. This is your existence. This is what you were born into 380 million years ago. And in the deep time that stretches ahead, there is only struggle, survival for a while, and then the inevitable extinction that erases you and everything like you from the living world forever.